guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited about this video today. It's really late, so if my eyes are a little bloodshot, bear with me. I've been out for dinner and I thought I would come home and try to quickly film this. This is going to be a video based around something I was really skeptical about called soap brows. Now, when I first saw this trend going around, I just thought it was another one of these silly YouTube or Instagram trends that get a lot of attention but really aren't very practical, like knife contouring for the cheeks, or just some of these silly things that you see that are hacks that are fun to watch for videos, fun to try once or twice at home, but aren't really something that you would utilize as a real makeup artist or even just as somebody at home for an everyday routine. However, I am excited to tell you this actually works. I have tried it now for a couple of days and have been thrilled with the results. I am constantly brow obsessed, trying to find that perfect brow product where I can get my brows to look defined but more natural. This is really a cool trick to give yourself that fuller, bushier brow look. I never really have the softer option because I have to create a brow completely from scratch. So let's go ahead and delve into this. I'm going to show you how to do soap brows. Okay, so I've taken off my brows completely so we can get started with this, and I can show you how this process works so you can see just how bald my brows are. So you're going to need a couple of things that you may not already have, but they are all very inexpensive and easy to get. I'll put a link below to some of these items if you don't have them at home. First thing you're going to need is soap. So you want to make sure that your soap is a transparent bar of soap, not a white bar of soap. The white bars can leave some residue in the brow, so you want to make sure it's a clear or a transparent bar of soap. I had picked up an all-natural version and it worked great, but be careful with a lot of the all-natural ones because they have usually a lot of essential oils in them and they smell great, but they're very overwhelming on your face. It's very different than just washing your hands with it. So this one smelled like honeysuckle and is like overwhelming. I'm probably just gonna throw this one away. What I found in place of that is just a good old-fashioned Neutrogena transparent face bar, and it's perfect for this. So that's what I'm gonna be using today. Second thing you're gonna need is a spoolie. Now, the spoolie is something that you'll find on the end of most of your eyebrow pencils. You can also find them in a lot of brush sets, and then you can purchase them separately if you choose. I would recommend, though, if you don't already have a spoolie in some form, when you're checking out at your favorite makeup counter, just ask the person that works there if you can have a couple of extra mascara wands and use that as your spoolie. It's the exact same thing. They're easy to wash, they're inexpensive or free, and there's something that you can toss if they get too grimy or grungy. So that's what I'm going to be using, is just a disposable mascara wand. And the last thing that you're going to need is a cup of water, a spray bottle of water, or some sort of mixing liquid, anything that will activate the soap. Now, I've used all of these and they all work great. You can use the Mayron mixing liquid. This is something that can be used to waterproof any eyeshadows, eyeliners, to create a waterproof surface with a product. I've also seen a lot of people using the MAC Prep and Prime for this, and that's actually what I'm going to use today. I've used water as well. Water, you do need to be careful with not watering it down too much or getting too much product on your brush. So any of these will work, and I'm going to go ahead and get started because this looks crazy. To begin, I'm going to start with my spoolie and I'm going to spray a little bit of my Fix Plus on here. Then I'm going to take my soap, just enough on the spoolie, and I'm going to begin brushing this into the brow, or the brow that I wish was there. I don't know if you've ever washed your hair and not gotten all the soap out of it, but it leaves your hair kind of sticky and tacky feeling, which for your hair is a bad thing. For your brows, apparently, is a blessing. So this is going to give your brows that really bushy, natural, full, thick appearance, and also groom them into place. Think Brooke Shields or Gigi Hadid, those great, full, very natural bushy brows. That's going to give your brows that texture. You're gonna let this set just a little bit and get a little bit sticky. Now, when I say that I have tried every brow product known to man, I mean, this is literally all of my brow products. I have 2 palettes and a million little products here. And so I tried a bunch of these before I found what really worked for me personally. So what I'm gonna be using is the Smashbox brow powder that comes in my Shape Matters palette. And with that, I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. angle brush. I'm gonna zoom back in so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna begin by mapping the brow. You may or may not need to do this at home, but I am gonna cover this just so that I can get my brow accurately even. You're gonna line the brush up right next to your nose and mark where your brow should kind of start. You're gonna take it next to the side of the nose over your pupil. That is where your arch should fall. And then to the side of the eye, from the side of the nose, straight out, and your brow should end somewhere in that vicinity. I'm gonna begin by sketching the underline of my brow. What's so amazing about this is I would normally have to have gone in and applied a wax to the brow first to get the powder to adhere to my skin, because whenever you don't have any hair, there's nothing for the powder to stick to. But with this, it gives a tackiness to the skin and a volume to the hairs that everything sticks. So now that I've gotten the outside portion filled in where I'm really bare, now I can come in here and I'm just gonna kind of lightly sketch in with the shape of the hairs. And at this stage, it doesn't really have to be perfect. Matter of fact, if it's messy, it's not a big deal at all. The whole goal of this brow look is that it's a lot more soft and natural. Now, if I was using a pencil, what I would do here is I would use this same kind of shape going into the hairs this way. When I get to this stage, I can wipe off my little dots, and it's gonna still look a hot mess right now. I'm going back to my soapy spoolie here and just blending this out a little bit and grooming it. And then I'm just gonna finish by cleaning up my brow line with a little bit of my eyeshadow primer, or you can use a concealer. And that's it. It's that simple. I'm gonna go finish this brow and I'll be right back. Okay guys, all done. They're probably a little bit uneven right now just because I kind of slapped the other one on just to finish so I could say bye to you guys. But I hope that you all enjoyed this video. What do you think? Do you love this soap brow trend, or is it something that you think is just another kind of trendy beauty hack that you're never gonna use? Do you like the way it looks? Are you excited about bushier brows making a comeback, or do you prefer the more chiseled brow? Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And then also let me know if you tried it and how it worked for you. I've seen it work great for people who have a much fuller brow, as most things do when it comes to brows. So I would love to see and hear what you guys have experienced with this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you back soon. Thanks.